Hey, so today's video will be about how you should not chase relationships. This could be anything, specifically, it could change for you. It could be a friend, it could be a spouse, it could be a family member. Doesn't matter. Just there's a reason why you shouldn't chase them, and let's get right into it. So, first off, I want to talk about how chasing relationships is such a time consumer. Such a time consumer. Because if you look at it, you you have a lot of things that take up your mind and your time. You obsess over this. You think, why don't I have it? You think, am I a bunch of things like, am I bad? Am I enough? You compare yourself, which is really negative too. But it's a waste of your time. Wasteful thoughts, waste of your time. Then you got to spend the time forcefully blunting yourself with the person, which isn't always bad. I mean, if you're talking to a girl that you like, talk to that girl, but don't like go out and talk to 50 different girls. No, no, no. Because then you're just chasing stuff. You're grasping at straws. You're not supposed to do that. If the opportunity presents itself, go for it. And I will get into that too. And I've had many times where opportunity presents itself for me. You go for it. You shouldn't chase the opportunity. You should let the opportunity chase you. The opportunity could be women, it could be friends, family, work, like literally anything that you chase, except for some things, of course. It's a metaphor. Anyway, it's a waste of time because it takes away from all the other stuff that you were going to do because you obsess over this and you put all your attention into this and you focus on it. You do it. You work towards that. But you also got to remember that working towards a relationship should also be natural. It shouldn't be something that you push off all your daily goals, tasks, and duties for. It should be something that's natural. You should text that girl when you have time. You should hang out with your friends when you have time. You shouldn't push off everything else to go hang out with your friends or push off everything else to go talk to that girl. You may want to, but it's not always the best. So it's a time consumer and it's bad for how you spend your time. Let me get into as well that the negative effects of it are very big because especially if you have like social media and such, because you'll see people with their girlfriends or their boyfriends and their yeah, like their best friends and such, and they're doing all this crazy fun stuff. It might be your friends that you see, your friends at school who have relationships, and they go out a bunch and they have fun times. None of like you'll get negative about it because you think I'm not the normal one, or I don't have what he has. He's super popular. I want to be like him, and then you're gonna chase things. You're gonna grasp at things to be like him. But yet again, the danger of social media, which I think all of us know, but we don't really consider that much, is that you never see what's behind the curtain. You see a cherry picked thing from a bajillion photos. It's like a pyramid. Here's a bajillion photos. Here's our cherry picks. Here's our Instagram. Notice how it's a triangle, kind of? Actually, like that? Nice. I didn't. Perfect. Perfect metaphor. Anyway, that's besides the point, which is why it's so filtered. So filtered. But even in real life with your friends, you'll compare yourself. You'll think, why don't I have that? Should I have that? Am I normal? And it's so negative and it's so bad. It destroys your mind because you're different from everyone else. I'm different from you, who's different from me, who's different from everyone. So your journey is never going to be the same in anything, in everything. Relationships, work, hobbies, anything. It doesn't matter. Yours is going to be different than everyone else's, and so will mine. Could be similar, but it will be always different. What you see here is always going to be different from what you see in your own life. So there's no point in comparing. There's no point. There's no point at all. But when you chase relationships, regardless of what they are, you compare. You get in a downward spiral. The alternative that I recommend and that you should also adopt is you need to focus all your attention on becoming the man that you want to be. The man at the top of your dreams. Imagine you master that skill. What is it? An instrument or a craft or a sport? You master that. Imagine that. Right now you aren't mastered, right? But you like that guy who did master it. You want to be that guy. How are you going to be that guy if you spend all your time talking to people trying to chase a relationship? How are you going to do it? You won't be able to show up to football practice or play your guitar or sit down and work on your crafts for a while because you're talking to those people, trying to become friends forcefully or trying to get a girlfriend forcefully. It's no, no. Now that might seem like, how else am I supposed to get friends or a girlfriend, or how else am I supposed to build relationships? And I'm going to tell you something. You're probably not going to believe it, but I want you to believe it anyway because it works and it's true. And I don't give a shit. It's true. Relationships will come to you. Think about that. If you do what you want to do, you spend an hour a day on guitar, you focus on your craft, you show up to football, whatever that is. If you do what you want to do every single day, things will come to you. Now, of course, they won't always come in the same abundance as if you went out and got 50 different girls' numbers. Because, yeah, of course, you're going to have 50 different girls' numbers. So, I can't really tell you. But, you know, that's not something to be proud of. Because you have all these girls' numbers, right? But you're spending all day talking to these women and you have no time for your goals. What about that is healthy? Because what are you? Are you a guy who works towards his goals honorably and tries to better himself all the time? Or are you the guy who sits there blunting his head against the wall over and over again, trying to get a girlfriend with 50 different numbers, like a whole page, like a list of people, and you're trying all of them out and you're texting them all day? Does that sound like who you want to be? What if you just showed up to football practice, right? What if you were doing that and then you got to a game, let's say. You got to a game and you see a pretty girl off in the crowd and you go ask her out. That's a lot simpler than just asking someone out at the grocery store, right? It makes more sense because not only have you mastered football, there was an opportunity, you jumped at it. Because that's an opportunity that presented itself. You got that girl's number, but you didn't actively go out to find her. You saw her, and you figured, why not? But you saw her in the middle of doing your duties, of being a man. Same with guitar. Let's say you get so good at guitar that you want to go play at like a club or something. I don't really know the boundaries of it, but let's say you go out somewhere in the world to go play for a little bit at like one of those karaoke things, I think, or something. And you see someone there at the bar. You go talk to them. You make a friend. Boom. Or maybe you join a little band and now you have friends. But you also mastered guitar. Does that not seem cooler? Because while you were focused on your goals, you got good at guitar. You got good at football. And then you went out, you played, an opportunity presented itself, you jumped at it, and now you're not only good at football, but you got what you wanted. You got what you were chasing. Every aspect of your being should be focused towards being a better man. So I'm not going to say that once you get those friends or that girlfriend after your football or guitar stuff, once you get that person, you shouldn't quit your football or your guitar and solely focus on that person or that friend group. No. No. You should continue, but you got to learn the boundaries that you can't just spend all day talking to people, because it isn't just about chasing them, but it's also about when you get them, you also maintain it properly, because you can't just talk to people all day. You have to set your goals as a priority over everything else, unless that's like your wife or your children or your family or something, or something really important, right? Someone really important. Then your goals could be second to that, sort of, depending on what they are. But if they're just people that you met yesterday or last week or last month, your goals, right up here, they're number one. Your goals to better yourself, that's number one. Them, number two. And you just text them after your goals are done. You play an hour of guitar a day? Okay, play your hour of guitar. Then talk to the girl. Boom. Now you finished your guitar and you get to talk to the girl. Instead of talking to the girl an hour previous, and then you waste that hour with your guitar, and then it carries over in the whole day. And then you never find an hour to sit down and play guitar. So you've yet again kind of reverted to chasing a relationship. You aren't focusing on your goals, you're focusing on that relationship. You're chasing it. Which is why it's bad, because you made no progress on yourself. You made progress in that relationship, but you didn't make progress on yourself. And yourself is more important at the moment. Unless it's your kids or your wife, you know what I mean. But if it's a random person or someone you just met, your goals come first. Your goals come first. And opportunities will present themselves. I know a lot of you don't want to, like, a lot of your beliefs will go against that, right? You don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe that things will come to you, but they do. In the tiniest ways. If a man aligns himself to his full purpose and his full potential, he will find people. He will find things. Go back to the video I said about packing your day. And you'll learn a lot, because you'll learn how to pack your day, right? You'll learn how to pack it. And then in the process, you might sign up to a bunch of clubs, right? Or classes or something to get you out in the world, right? And then what happens when you do that? You're out in the world. You can make friends. You'll find people. You'll meet people, because it presents itself. So go to that video about finding your purpose. I don't remember what it's called, but you'll see it. Go to that video. Learn how to find a purpose. Learn how to, like, take what I said, learn it, and get yourself out there in the world. Once you do that, you're set. Things will come to you. You don't have to come to them. Things will come to you. As a young man specifically, align yourself to your purpose fully. 100%. Because I know as young men we compare ourselves. Like I said, we compare ourselves. And even as just men in general, we compare ourselves. So stop comparing yourself. Align yourself to your purpose, and you will see things come to you. I don't care what you think is right. This is correct. You can't do shit to disprove this. So don't try to disprove this. Try this method out. And then, if all fails and you somehow have a better way of doing this shit, come talk to me. But I bet you don't. You don't. So do what I said. You'll see it happen. You will. But yeah, that's about all I can really offer you in this topic. I could give you more stories, but video's long enough as it is. I'll give you personal stories and a different thing. So do what I said, and I hope this helps you a ton, my friend. Take care.